Hey guys, right here I have a 2012 Mercedes-Benz SLK 200. And today I'm going to make a startup and full vehicle tour video of it, show you the features inside and out. So here is the key. Let's go ahead and start it up first. As you can see, the side mirrors are currently folded in. Upon unlocking the car and opening the doors, the side mirrors automatically fold out. And upon locking the car, the side mirrors automatically fold in again. Also, the windows dip down a little bit to clear for height. And the windows in this car are frameless. This car has been imported from the United Kingdom into Malaysia, hence why the speedometer is in miles per hour. The R172 SLK comes with a hydraulic rack and pinion power steering system. This SLK 200 gets a leather-wrapped steering wheel with sport grips at the 10 and 2 o'clock positions, aluminium highlights around the spokes, and a flat bottom design. Depending on the market, transmission choices for the SLK 200 with the 1.8-litre engine includes a 6-speed manual or Mercedes' 7G-tronic Plus 7-speed automatic. For the automatic, while in drive, there is manual shifting activated by clicking the gear lever to the right to upshift and to the left to downshift. Manual shifting is also possible via the pedal shifters located behind the top two steering wheel spokes. The left pedal downshifts while the right pedal upshifts. There are 3 driving modes selected via a button to the right side of the gear lever. These modes are Economy, Sport and Manual, the latter allowing for full manual control of the gear shifts. Shifting into reverse activates the front and rear parking sensors. The base of the gear lever is covered in leather as well, with the Mercedes logo on the gear knob. In terms of safety, this SLK 200 gets 6 airbags, anti-lock braking system with electronic brake force distribution and brake assist, electronic stability program, anti-skid regulation, attention assist, a tire pressure monitoring system, an alarm system with immobilizer, and the pre-safe anticipatory safety system which automatically takes measures to protect the occupants of the car if it detects a probable accident. Alright, let's turn on the hazards, lights, rear fog light, take a look at the engine, and roll down the driver's side window. The SLK in AMG Sport trim does come standard with 18-inch AMG 5-spoke alloy rims. The rims on this car are wrapped in Continental Conti Sport Contact 5 tyres. The front tyres measure 225/40 R18, while the rear tyres measure 245/35 R18. For the brakes, the front gets ventilated discs, while solid discs can be found out back. The suspension gets a multi-link setup front and rear. The SLK AMG Sport also does have a sports suspension setup, cross-drilled disc brakes in front, and Mercedes-Benz branding on the front brake calipers. The SLK is Mercedes' two-seater roadster that has production spanning 3 generations since the first generation R170 SLK debuted in 1996. The successor to the R170, the R171, arrived in 2004 before it was replaced by the R172 SLK in 2011. The R172, which was launched at the 2011 Geneva Motor Show, carried on the hardtop convertible theme found on the previous 2 generations while incorporating styling elements of the Mercedes lineup at that time. With the R172 SLK, it is the first time Mercedes is offering a diesel engine in the form of the SLK-250 CDI or the SLK-250D as it will be known for the 2015 model year. For 2016, along with a facelift, the SLK-Class will be renamed the SLC-Class as part of Mercedes' new naming strategy. SL is the base name for Mercedes Roadsters, while C signifies the roadster equivalent of the C-Class range. Under the bonnet of this SLK-200 is a 1.8 litre, dual overhead cams, 16 valves, turbocharged inline-4 engine with variable valve timing and direct injection. This engine produces 181 horsepower at 5,250 RPM and 250 Nm of torque between 1800 and 4600 RPM. 0 to 100 is achieved in 7 seconds onto a top speed of 237 km per hour. The fuel tank measures 68 litres and the combined fuel consumption for the SLK-200 automatic is 6.5 litres per 100 km. Carbon dioxide emissions is 151 grams per kilometer and the SLK is rear wheel drive. The SLK is officially available in Malaysia in SLK-200 and SLK-55 AMG guises, with the SLK-250 and the SLK-350 available on special order. However, many choose to buy from parallel importers as these cars, which mostly comes in used form from either Japan or the UK, are available with a cheaper price tag. Nevertheless, the list of SLK variants officially on sale in Malaysia is listed out in the description box below this video. Exterior features of this SLK-200 includes automatic auto-leveling by xenon projector headlights with the intelligent light system, automatic wipers, LED daytime running lights, LED rear lights, LED rear fog light, LED rear indicators, LED rear number plate lights, front and rear parking sensors, active parking assist, indicators on the side mirrors, body-colored door handles and side mirrors, dual exhaust pipes, and the AMG body styling kit that includes sportier front and rear aprons and side skirts. You do have 3 of your Harman Kardon speakers on the door panel, one down there, one right there, and one right there. You do have a storage pocket down below. And right here you do have your mirror controls and your window controls. Both the windows in this car are fully automatic in both directions. You do have your central locking buttons right next to the interior door handle on the driver's side. And the driver's seat in this SLK does get full powered adjustments with all of the controls located on the door panel on the driver's side. You do get 3-person memory as well. The seat also does get 4-way power lumbar support adjusted via the buttons down here. You don't get a whole lot of storage behind the driver's seat, just a small space for maybe a bag or two depending on how far you have the seat back positioned. Adjustable aircon vents. You do get your electronic parking brake right below the headlight switch. I'll show you how the electronic parking brake works in a moment. AMG floor mat for the driver's side. And Mercedes-Benz door sill also for the driver's side. Alright. So let's go ahead and see how she revs. This SLK does get very simple air conditioning controls with all of them located down here. It is quite simple to use. You do have your fan speed to the right knob with your recirculation, temperature to the left knob with your rest mode, different modes, front and rear defrost, and your air conditioning. You do have a bit of storage right here with a power outlet. And right here, from left to right, you do have your 3-stage heated seats for the front passenger, your air scarf system for the front passenger as well, button to turn off your traction control, button to turn off your eco mode. Eco basically brings the auto start stop system into the picture, and if you do have the eco system activated, when you arrive at a stop such as a traffic light or a traffic jam, the engine will momentarily shut off to save that extra bit of petrol or diesel depending on what the car is running on. Right here you can turn off the vehicle's parking sensors and the air scarf system for the driver's side, and the 3-stage heated seats also for the driver's side. This SLK-200 does have the Command Online head unit with various media connectivity options, a 7-inch high-resolution color display, and navigation. Sound in this car is provided by the optional Harman Kardon Logic 7 surround sound system with 10 speakers producing 400 watts of power. The system does take a while to connect to your Bluetooth device once you turn it on. I must say the optional Harman Kardon sound system available for the SLK does sound quite good. The display right above is actually controlled using your set of controls on the dashboard, which includes this keypad that doubles up as your 10 customizable stations. You do have your volume and power knob in the middle with your seat track buttons on either sides of the knob, your SD card slot down below, your CD player right above. You do have your eject button and the clear button right above the CD slot. And to the left, you do have your radio button, which allows you to go to your FM AM menus, your disc button, which allows you to cycle between your different media options. You do have CD, auxiliary, USB, Bluetooth audio streaming, SD card input and all that. Navigation brings you to your navigation, telephone brings you to your telephone, system brings you to your system menus and system settings, your mute button, and down here you do have your on-hook off-hook buttons for the Bluetooth telephone system. The display is also controlled using your set of controls down the center console, which includes this knob that goes up, down, left, right, scrolls to the left, scrolls to the right, and clicks down for enter. You also do have your return and cancel buttons on either sides of the knob. The display works in a 3-tier format, so you do have your main menus right above, sub-menus in the middle, and the options for that particular sub-menu down below. Push the knob down to get the options for your Bluetooth audio streaming menu. You can select your Bluetooth audio device list, volume, normal track sequence, random selection of tracks, and your traffic announcements. You can also play pause, select your desired media output or input if you will, and your sound system settings with your bass treble, balance, and your 3D surround sound. Right here, you do have your sub-menu, which is your Bluetooth audio streaming menu. And if you push the knob up once more, you can select your different main menus with your navigation to the far left. This car does have navigation installed, it's just that because this car has been imported from the UK, the maps do not work here. But if you do have your navigation system activated, you can select your guide, your traffic monitor control, position information, and enter your destination. Audio brings us back to your audio menu. Right here you do have your Bluetooth telephone menu where you can dial a number, look at your call lists, read your texts, and import contacts, delete contacts, and pair your Bluetooth telephone. You can even view videos on this system. And your system settings where you can set the time, format, time zone, your display settings, text reader speed settings, linguatronic settings, language, activating Bluetooth, and resetting the system back to factory settings. You can also turn the display off right here. You can have the clock full screen or your consumption data full screen. And lastly, you can access your command online, your internet, if you do have the system hooked up to a data connection. And that's about it for the system. Front and center of the dashboard, you do have an analog clock. Central locking. And as shown earlier, this car does have power folding mirrors. As mentioned earlier, this lever down here is for your electronic parking brake. The parking brake is currently disengaged. To engage it, simply push the lever back in. And to disengage it again, put your foot on the brake and pull the lever back out. On the steering wheel, the right spoke houses your audio controls with your volume, mute, your on-hook off-hook buttons for the Bluetooth telephone system, and your voice control. On the left spoke, the return button, up, down, left, right, and OK buttons control your multi-information display located within the instrument cluster. Up and down controls the different sub-menus, while left and right controls the different main menus. Right now, you do have your digital speedometer, range and instant fuel consumption, your driving data from the last reset, which includes your distance traveled, average fuel consumption, elapsed time, and average speed. Your driving data from the last startup, your mileage and trip meter, and back to your digital speedometer. You can also access your navigation information, audio information, Bluetooth telephone information, your driving assistance with your speed limit assist and attention assist, your service information with your vehicle messages, tire pressure monitoring system, and your service indicator. You can also access your vehicle settings right here with your instrument cluster units, your light settings, vehicle settings, convenience settings, and resetting the system back to factory settings. And back to your driving data. Down below you do have your time and digital speedometer, a smaller version of what's above, and right above you do have your gear position. In traditional Mercedes-Benz fashion, all of the stalks are located on the left. There is nothing on the right. On the top left, you do have your cruise control and speed limiter controls. In the middle, you do have your indicator and wiper controls. And down below, you do have your fully powered tilt and telescopic steering wheel controls. Just behind the analog clock, you do have the parking system, your parking sensors indicator for the front. And you do have the one for the back right there. Right here you do have a bit of storage. It also doubles up as a couple of cup holders. Center armrest with storage down below. You also do have your media interface port right here. And this media interface port allows you to connect different sets of cables, and on the other end of that cable can either be your auxiliary port, another USB port, your iPod connectivity and all that. You do have a USB port right here as well, and another power outlet down below. You do have a storage pocket right here, a speaker just below the parking sensor indicator, and right here you do have your roof controls. Auto dimming rear view mirror, sunglass holder, and your interior lights right above. You also do have a couple of lights at the top of the A-pillar on either sides of the car. Sun visor for the driver's side with a vanity mirror and a light. All right. So I guess that's it for the startup. We can turn it off right now. And continue with the rest of the tour. Electronic fuel flap, to gain access to the boot, go towards the boot lid itself and locate a button right beneath the Mercedes-Benz badge. With the roof up, boot space in the R172 SLK is 335 litres. With the roof down, this figure reduces to 225 litres. Underneath the boot floor is the vehicle's spare tyre, and there is a cargo separator that needs to be put in place in order to lower the roof. frameless windows on this side as well. You do have your Harman Kardon speaker right there, another speaker down there, your window control right there, and you do have a bit of storage down below as well. You do have a set of central locking buttons right next to the interior door handle on the passenger side. The passenger seat in this car does get full powered adjustments with the same set of adjustments as the driver's side, including your 3-person memory. All of the controls are located on the door panel right next to the central locking buttons. The seat also does have 4-way power lumbar support adjusted via the buttons down there. You do get Mercedes-Benz door sill and AMG floor mat on this side as well. And to gain access to the back, just push the seat back button forward. You don't get a whole lot of room at the back for storage, but you do get a storage pocket down there and a storage hook right there. Lockable glove box. It is 2 tiers, so you do have a storage right above and one more down below. Adjustable aircon vents on this side as well. The vents are actually SLS inspired, so you do get a very nice looking set of air vents. No grip handle, obviously, but you do get a sun visor for the passenger side with a vanity mirror and a light. Alright, so let's start it up with the door closed. Alright, so let's take the SLK for a quick test drive. This test drive was made possible thanks to a friend of mine who let me film his car. Anyways, let's start with the engine. The one in this car is the older 1.8 litre turbo inline 4 rather than the newer 2 litre turbo inline 4 available in the 2015 SLK-200. That being said, the engine does not feel underpowered at all, with the torque available from 1800 RPM onwards. The 7G-tronic on the other hand feels slow to shift, so the power doesn't exactly translate into great off-the-line acceleration. The SLK does feel planted through corners, but not as agile as say a Z4. Even though the Sport's suspension setup is a tad hard for my liking, I still manage to feel comfortable when driving around. The interior controls will be familiar to those who have driven or owns a current Mercedes-Benz model. Some may find the command system a little confusing to use, but I think it is pretty straightforward with logically laid out menus. As for the boot, it is of a nice size for a roadster with the roof up, but as with previous generations, the boot space does reduce with the roof down. Alright, so that's it for the startup and full vehicle tour video of this 2012 Mercedes-Benz SLK-200. Thanks for watching and goodbye.